the walking shoes. Squash players, they have a special squash shoes. But, you know, I think not all the situation they use it.
Yeah.
They have to select the proper shoes. So it's really right.
Tendinitis.
Tendinitis. Right.
And this Achilles issue.
All right, yeah. Tendinitis means inflammation of the tendon, and it's very critical.
And why especially Achilles?
Stupid injury.
Why Achilles?
Achilles is the most stronger tendon in the body itself. It's carry the body. And the Achilles is very rare in the sports field. They make like warming up for that and consistent stretching for that. There is no stretching and quite enough. So if he
how much should it take to have a fully recovery after Achilles injury?
Achilles injury is different injuries. Either it's just inflammation.
We can give a range at least.
Yeah. And I will mention the kind of injuries.
Okay.
We will say like inflammation or partial tear or complete tear. This is a surgical intervention.
Yep.
But if I say like inflammation,
just inflammation.
Yeah. It's he will use like a medical treatment first of all, then the rehab, which is the physical therapy, and usually it takes like 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
6 weeks over proper treatment. At the same time, proper stretching and strengthening at the same time.
Yep. Is it a fashion, what is called water therapy? Or it's something which is really and sometimes giving amazing results?
Actually,
I heard so many times about this water therapy issue, but I couldn't understand if it is a miracle like people were saying.
Water is the secret of life. This is number one.
Okay.
But actually, it's really, if sports people, they have drink a lot. You know, when you drink a lot of water, you keep your body in shape, you keep your tissues in shape, you keep your joint in a very good shape, in a good condition, I mean. So this is the best way to keep drinking water as much as you can.
No, I mean, using water therapy.
You mean like hydrotherapy?
Hydrotherapy.
Oh yes, hydrotherapy is one of the. It's not a fashion. It's an old way, but it's fashion for us.
Yeah, something new for us.
But it's really very helpful because in the water itself, it's minimize the weight, your weight from the gravity. So you can exercise under the water, and you can use the water like hot water, cold water. So it helps to.
So it really helps.
It really helps. Yeah, to improve the circulation, improve the muscle condition. It really helps.
And this is Muhammad Barakat.
Right.
Muhammad Barakat, as far as I know, that he is one of the very few Egyptian players who who can avoid even doping testing because he was taking L-Troxin as he was suffering from a T3 or thyroid problems. So he had to be on medications. Right. Such a player would be exposed more to injuries, or this is something which is different from a player to another?
No, actually, it's different from a player to another. No. He was a very professional. He was very good, but the problem is the injury itself. Not related to the.
As we mentioned, this doping issue.
Yeah.
Whenever you do have a patient, but you know that he was on amino acids and things like that, and unfortunately destroying even his liver before being anything, and they were many youngsters, unfortunately, and they became victims of these awful things. What were the main problems you've had with those, and what was your advice?
You know, actually, usually I will advise them to avoid it. This is number one.
Sure.
First, number two, usually they have to consult their dietitian doctor. Number three, I will say focus on the natural things. This is the best way to build your muscle, to strengthen your muscle, to get a very good shape.
I mean, do you know them from the very beginning? I mean, you can know or to differentiate between someone who is building his muscles in a proper way and another who is using supplements or amino acids not under the supervision of doctors?
Actually, by the evaluation, easily you can detect it. Easily you can detect it.
Easily?
Yes. Very easy. And I will advise them again, don't do it. There is a lot of problem with the liver, with the kidneys.
And many other things.
Many other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regarding physical therapy in Egypt, when I would say that there's something which I can do or I can be treated from in Egypt, and when I should say that no, I should go abroad and to seek treatment in another place.
Right. I think we have a good doctors.
We have good doctors, but there are some special places specialized in certain injuries. What are the certain injuries which cannot be treated in Egypt?
You mean in the sports injuries?
Yes, sure.
You know, I will say, as we don't have the qualified medical team, so this is the knee injuries. Knee injuries, because especially for the football players, the best to get full recovery there.
You know why I'm asking this question? Because I found, unfortunately, when there are accidents and there are things with the sports person in specific, and it became that serious with a spinal cord injury, for instance. What should
you mean, like back problems, or just with a
spinal cord in general? Maybe in the neck. Maybe in the back. You tell me what to do with that.
Yeah, you know, the neck problem and the back problem, it means like neck pain or spondylosis or disc problem. This is the most common which we see it in the field. So if we talk about the neck problem, which is come from the muscle spasm or poor positions, poor mechanics, this is easily to be corrected here in Egypt, you mean, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Disc problem?
Sir, easy to be corrected via physical therapy or with surgical interference?
No, the muscle problem is very easy to be corrected by the physical therapy means. Very good. Professional way, it's 100% cured.
What about the neuro?
The neuro problem, which is, I mean, this is the problem of the disc problem, which is related to neurological symptoms. It's first phase, second phase, third phase. First phase is the problem and numbness or pain. This is easily by the physical therapy to be cured. And usually the orthopedic doctor or the neurological doctor, they can detect it easily by the MRI, and he will, as soon as he refer it, be sure that he will be cured by the physical therapy, professional way.
MRI made life easier for you, I think.
I'm sure. This is the advanced way.
Yeah.
This is number one. Number two, most probably there is advanced neurological symptoms. There is 1, 2, 3. We this is a final decision. They have to get the surgery. This is no way until the surgery done.
Yep.
Then the physical therapy take the place.
Physical therapy is such a big issue, and I'm going to continue and to have more questions and more answers by Dr. Hisham Atta right after the short break.
Thank you. This is the problem. This is the.
This is the problem. And I was having the permission from Dr. Hisham to ask this question. Dr. Hisham.
Yes.
In many cases, unfortunately, there are many diagnoses for the very same patient.
Right.
For instance, I had a back pain. So I went to a doctor and he said that this is a disc. And I went to another doctor and he said that this is a muscle strain. How should I know?
You should know through a trustable doctor. This is number one. Number two, he should get the professional way of evaluation. Second, the like MRI, they will diagnose it easily. If we find one of the most problem, which I'm sure the doctor always, they are very busy, they didn't have quite enough time with the patient.
Unfortunately.
If you sit with the patient like half an hour, I'm sure he will get the best diagnosis and the final diagnosis. This is the only way.
Yeah, we have spoken about football. Let's move to other injuries as related to other sports, and let's talk about this tennis elbow issue.
Right.
Okay.
This is the most common for the golf elbow, golf players or tennis players. Tennis elbow is a like inflammation of the common extensor tendon of the elbow. And
is it only tennis or all the racket? All the racket?
No, there is some people they get tennis injury, like tennis elbow, from the mouse of the computer.
Wow.
Yeah. And
this is strange.
By incident, I have one of my patients, he have a tennis elbow from the remote control of the TV.
Oh, this is another story. This is a real another story.
He used it too much, so he gets tennis elbow.
What's tennis elbow? Inflammation in?
Inflammation of the common extensor tendon of the wrist. Okay, it's create a very bad pain. You will not be able even to open the water glass or to open the door.
To make any circular movement,
circular
you mean?
movement, it will stretch. When you overstretch,